Kraft should do to, snack food industry itself is considered junk food, right?
Mm-hmm.
But then again, what could Kraft do, based on its research and development, to change that image?
Well,
To make it an opportunity.
To make it an opportunity. Kraft has come out and said, they kind of have a niche market. They're going to continue to do and produce what they do well, and that's in their snack food industries. But as far as the emerging markets and the health consciousness of it, like they said, they're doing the recipes. They're trying to make their foods so that you can combine them with other areas to make them more health friendly and more health conscious, and not focus and put them out there as that global snack powerhouse. They're trying to change their image to deal with that.
Don't you think, I understand that they're trying to change their image, but if I know that Kraft has made these certain products, they want to keep their image, but then again, they want to make the ingredients within those products better. So R&D, the goal should, we want to keep the same taste, but we want to change the ingredients to make the product better for people to eat.
Right. And that's why we did the recommendation of reducing the trans fats and then kind of putting a twist on some of their products and adding some products to their line that do appeal more to the healthy, on-the-go families that want to pick up that Nutri-Grain bar or something that's semi-healthy that they can really quickly provide for their kids.
And I also think that by making that partnership with the Medicine Technologies to have the more bioactive ingredients in their products, that will help change the composition of their products to make it more health conscious.
Let me give you an example. I was watching this crazy movie 2 weeks ago, and it's McDonald's of 2086.
So it's only green.
You were watching Idiocracy?
It's so crazy. So the guy gets a big old fat burger. He goes, "Hey, this burger tastes good," but everything in the burger is all good things to eat. It's no longer meat with some other kind of crazy stuff they made. But the thing about what they made, they kept the taste, but they changed the ingredients. And the reason why I'm saying for both companies, what will it do for your company if you say you're going to get a lawsuit, okay? And this guy's suing your company because it's saying that it caused you to be diabetic. If your company can prove its products, contents are now better than it was, there's no lawsuit.
Right. And there is a way to do it. And then, I take a look at the Chef Rocco Sperto that takes all those gooey macaroni and cheese and lasagnas and takes out all the fat and calories, and the taste is still there. So there is a way to do it, and I think that Kraft they have to just research it a little bit more in order to keep the taste of their Kraft macaroni and cheese, but have the good ingredients in it that won't cause obesity and
Exactly. Like, for example, I lost 15 pounds in February. My wife was very happy. But the thing is, shouldn't the companies say that you should
By eating McDonald's?
No, I don't have McDonald's. But shouldn't companies also say, we make fat products, but you should be responsible for what you eat?
And they have issues.
They should be saying
They have issued statements. If we're going to continue to make the products that we make, the way that we make them, the way that people love them, and it is a responsibility of the consumer to purchase and eat them in the way in which
is healthy for you.
Moderation. Those consumers want to. It's not their responsibility. They just make
let's face it, one Oreo cookie isn't going to do that much damage. The
There's 2
bag
points.
is going
There's 2
to...
points of no weight loss.
The bag is what is going to kill you. So, it's up to the individual to make the right choices.
That's what I said. It's my responsibility to make sure I eat what I'm supposed to eat. Now, if I go out and eat 2 fat burgers, that's my fault. But unfortunately, because we live in a society where anybody can sue anybody for anything, the company's got to protect the bottom line. They've got to protect themselves. And the way of protecting themselves, making sure that they have ingredients, but also they should have statements, you should be responsible for it. It's a tremendous amount of fat, but you should maybe only have 1 or 2 within a so many hour period.
Right.
Because if you don't, you're causing your own demise.
Right. Well, but, it's still, with the food labels on there, and it tells you the serving size, the calorie content, the fat content, and all. And it's really, I think companies do their best to inform the public without saying, these have trans fatty acids in them, you know, you could cause health problems. And it may come to that, right? Cigarettes never had labels on them about the possible health risks.
I can talk all day about that.
Yeah.
I got one other question before we go into our both teams go there. Research and development for craft. And the question from Ms. Harlan was, is good or bad? I want you to give me your perspective. Do you think, based on what we just said, should craft be, what should their research and development be based on?
As far as which direction they should go with research and
Well, yeah,
development?
but what is the overall goal for research and development?
Making your foods healthier with less fat and still at good quality.
Exactly. And then, but also reducing your costs, right?
Right.
Having less fillers.
Right.
So the goal is if I don't have research and development, then how am I going to determine what the needs of my customers are going to be? That's expensive. But who's the number one leading company in the food industry? Kraft?
Kraft.
Nestle?
Kraft in the United States.
They're second in the world.
Normally, the company that's first does start research and development. The companies two below are normally follow the leader.
They can't lower them though. They tried and it didn't work out. You have to raise your R&D costs in order to be successful.
Yeah, and they are using a lot of the research and development to incorporate those, eliminate the trans fatty acids and to produce healthier quality food products. But they're also cutting their research and development costs by implementing such things as the Open Innovation website. Because that's not, they're not having to go out there and
Spend as much money
As-
on there.
as much money on innovations that consumers like take.
But they're
I
having-
myself may think, man, I'd really like this product to be smaller or more convenient.
They're having to come up with whole new products though as they're going into emerging markets like China. Because I was watching on Dateline it was a few months ago, and the Oreo package over there, because people can't afford a box of Oreos, they're selling them in 2 and 3 Oreo cookie packages. And the Oreos don't even taste the same. They're completely different than the American Oreo. They're not as sweet.
Oh, okay. Well, and that was my recommendation about them doing the internal venturing for getting into the private label. They have a lot of iconic brands, just like you were saying overseas. They're kind of tweaking that taste for to that environment in that global industry. Well, here in the United States, if they look internally and maybe take you don't want to take your highest producing brands, but something that's not producing their cheese. Their cheese has had decreased sales. Cut a little bit. That's the whole thing of private brands. Maybe try to keep the taste. Cut a little bit of your commodity expenses. Produce maybe a little bit lower grade of cheese, and sell it as a great value brand through Walmart.
Processed cheese food?
Yes. And then you're going to capitalize on the sales in that area, but you're not taking away your Oreos, which is going to bring you a lot of profit.
It's one of the heritage brands they have about.
I like a big stack Oreo.
It's double stuff.
I only eat one or two. I need proteins to go up there now.
What are the sales of regular Oreos compared to reduced fat? If I'm getting friggin' Oreos, I'm getting reduced fat.
You're not taking reduced fat.